please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Market is picking up pace as we speak, so it's mildly higher now on the frontline indices, but the Nifty is making its way back towards the 10,500 odd mark. The Sensex is added about 35, 40 odd points as of now, and even the mid-cap index, which at one point was seeing a cut of in excess of 0.5%, there as well, we seem to be seeing some bit of a reduction in the cut. Look at the HDFC twins. You might want to pull up the contribution index actually, and you'll see over there that it's the HDFC twins which are leading the party, along with some gains in Tata Motors. We've seen good sales numbers coming in from there, and Reliance as well now contributing. So let's invite our technical experts for more clarity on what's happening in the market. Ashwani Gujral and Rajat Bose join in. Gentlemen, good afternoon to both of you. Ashwani, first to you, what are you making of this latest uptick that we're seeing in the last few minutes odd, and your strategy on the index?
This is choppiness, and you had a fairly strong trending down move. So, bit of pullback, bit of sideways. Global markets are looking positive, so a bit of sympathy type rally. I don't think we'll cross 10,500. So maybe some more rally on the upside, but that would qualify as choppiness more than anything else. As far as stock calls right now are concerned, Ashok Leyland is a buy with a stop of 119, target of 130. Jain irrigation is a buy with a stop of 124, target of 136. And Tata Motors is a buy with a stop of 432, target of 452.
Well, Jain irrigation, actually one of Ashwani's picks. Just take a look at that stock. It's spiking up. It's moved virtually to the high point of the day. And some of these rural themes, rural sector themes, like Escorts, tractors should gain as well. Just take a look at that stock. It's moved to the high point of the day. Ashok Leyland's numbers look good, and that one as well is buzzing around. Ashwani, before we let you go, I just wanted to ask you about the Nifty. You said that we're unlikely to go towards the 10,500 odd mark. At what point would you be looking to short this Nifty at higher levels? 10,470, is that a shorting opportunity? Because I'm asking you this because in the morning you gave us a shorting opportunity there, and in fact whoever listened made some money. So is there another shorting opportunity now?
See, anytime we get back towards 10,480, 500 on the Nifty futures, that should be a good point to short. And as and when we get there, you should at least try this out, because it's clear that 10,550 is having a good amount of problems. So out there, the risk reward becomes extremely favorable. But overall, the market still remains in a choppy to weak zone.
All right. Rajat, good afternoon to you. What's your call on the index and your trading ideas?
See, I would say that unless 10,430 to about 10,400, that gets taken out, I wouldn't be shorting, because there is every possibility that at these levels, if you go short, probably there could be some problems. At lower levels, you will see buying coming back. Maybe at 10,500, it would be a point to consider, depending on the situation, because I'm not that negative on the market till such time 10,400 is decisively taken out. Having said that, I have two buy calls. One is on Vale, which I personally hold in my investment portfolio. That's a disclosure from my side. Put a stop below 94.90, 100 and 101 are the two targets, and the duration of both these calls would be up until the end of tomorrow's trading session. Cummins is another buy. 912 is the stop loss, and 931, then 939 to about 945 would be the target for Cummins. Cummins is actually completing consolidation after a big move on say 6 trading session back, when it climbed up to 960. That move could actually continue after this consolidation is over, and there are certain signs that it might actually do so.
Okay, all right, Rajat, thanks so much for that. Well, the breadth of the market has improved actually gradually. We had only around 400, 450 stocks that were advancing at one point of time. That number is slowly inching up to around 800 odd. So that's pretty good news, the number of stocks that are advancing. But just take a look at the broader markets. It seems that Andrew Yule is moving higher. It was trading in the red. It's moved into the green. So pull up the intraday chart over there. Dolphin Offshore, in fact, that stock has picked up volumes there. So the intraday chart of Dolphin Offshore as well should come up for you. Andrew Yule, Dolphin Offshore. And Jain Irrigation was one of Ashwani's big picks. So, you know, that stock moves higher as we speak. And in fact, the DVR as well, the Jain Irrigation DVR as well, has spiked up in the last few minutes. So keep an eye out on that one as well. Andrew Yule, I don't think we have got that one up for you. And sorry, Sumit, I mean, just a little excited with the market recovering actually from the low point of the day. Couple of stocks that are moving higher. You know, you have UPL. That one wasn't doing too well. That stock, in fact, has recovered from the low point of the day. So just pull up the intraday chart. That's spiking up. Tata Steel as well has moved higher. So a couple of these stocks, they're fighting for the bulls. And HDFC, that's the big one that Sumera was talking about. That, in fact, has moved higher. And bulk of the move really has to come because HDFC moves. It's a big heavyweight there. When that moves, the Nifty gets a chance to fight back. But even the mid-cap index has recovered more than 0.5% from the low point of the day. So fair to say, things have been looking good. And one stock which has been looking pretty good in the last 1 year is Shivam Autotech. If you pull up a 1 year time horizon, you'll see that the stock has more than doubled. In fact, in the last 6 months, the stock has given you 40% returns. But what's going on? What's the buzz? To discuss that and more, we are currently joined by Mr. Neeraj Munjal, the Managing Director of the company. Hi, Mr. Munjal. Thanks so much, sir, for joining in. Well, the stock has been doing well in the last 6 months. Just wanted, some clarity. I think Hero MotoCorp is one of your biggest clients. I think close to around 70% of your revenue is coming from there. Have you pushed through any kind of price increase? And is Hero MotoCorp trying to compress the margins? Because that was one factor that the street really liked, given that it's gone to around 16.5%.
Yeah, we are one of the largest manufacturers of gears in the country.
Yeah.
And major customer is Hero MotoCorp. Recently, we invested 200 crores in 2 new plants, one in Bangalore and one in Rohtak. Bangalore plant is focused on indigenization of products for four-wheelers, and we are following the vision of Honorable Prime Minister for Make in India, and we are proud that we have implemented his vision. And these products are for new customers and new markets.
Munjal, Mr. Munjal, we are fairly aware of your expansion plans, sir. What we are trying to understand is, with these expansion plans, are you looking to reduce dependence on Hero MotoCorp? Currently, what is the revenues that come in from there? What can it come down to? And also the other question, sir, have you increased prices in the last month, last 2 months?
No, at one time we were at 90%, and now we have added other customers like Maruti and Mando and ZF and Eicher. So the dependency has reduced, and Hero MotoCorp is 70% of our portfolio, and 30% is other customers, which are now also going to ramp up next year with these new investments. So there is no price increase as of, but we have added new portfolios or new verticals. Like we have introduced new products for commercial vehicles, four-wheelers, power tools, and tractors. So by adding the product mix and by adding the new customers, we are able to get the increase in turnover.
Okay. Mr. Munjal, good afternoon. Just wanted to check what's the difference in realizations from Hero vis-a-vis the other similar clients in that space?
See, with other customers, we are at development stage. We are developing products for them. They are going for testing because automobiles, they test the components in their engine, and after that they give go ahead. So that time has already been over, and now we are into the ramp up production time. So it is too early to compare the realization of these new customers. But of course, we have invested in infrastructure and we have invested in machinery. So if the top line grows, the bottom line will also grow accordingly.
So for now, your capex is complete then with the addition of these 2 new plants?
Sorry?
So for the near term, say the next 1-2 years, would you say that your capex requirements as of now are complete?
Yeah, infrastructure-wise, we have done capex, but line fencing capex will still continue because ramp-up is going on with the new customers, and also with existing customers. The forecast for this year looks very good. All our customers are pulling material, so there would be additional line balancing required.
Okay, all right, Mr. Munjal, it seems the street likes what you're saying, and I think they want to know more about your company. So tell us, what is the debt in your books currently? First half of the year, the finance cost was around 20 to 23 crores. If I just annualize that, it will be around 45 crores. So what's the debt in your books? 450, 500 crores? Is it more than that?
It's 235 crores.
That's the long term.
Yeah.
But what's the total, if you add the working capital with it?
Around 330 crores is the debt.
330 crores, but in the first half of the year, you're paid around 22 crores. So, you know, what are you borrowing at? I think if you take working capital, your total debt will be more than that, right? Otherwise, you'll be paying around 40, 45 crores on a debt of 330 crores that you're talking about. What's your borrowing cost?
The average is around 9.5.
9.5. Okay, all right, sir. Then I guess there would be, you know, a particular element that would be added to that 330 crores. But final question, sir, if you could give us an outlook for FY19, what will your numbers look like? Because you have these couple of capacities that are coming on stream as well. What would your top line look like? Can we work with margins of around 16%?
This year also we are witnessing around 20% growth, and next year also it will be more than 15% of growth because new products and new projects are lined up.
So 720 crores is what, around 700 crores is what you'll do next year, sir? That's
let's see. We have it all depends upon the market also.
Okay.
So let's see.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Munjal, for now, we'll leave it at that. Thanks very much for speaking with us, and we'll touch base with you again soon. So that's Shivam Autotech adding another 5% to a stock which has already doubled. Well, the big stock in focus today is Infosys. The company enters a new era with Salil Parekh taking over as the MD and CEO today. Salil takes over at a time when Infosys is trying to strike a balance between growth and maintaining the cultural ethos of the company. Kritika Saxena tells us why Salil fits into Infosys and the immediate challenges that he faces.
First, why does Salil Parekh make sense for Infosys? Salil Parekh has handled Asia Pacific, Europe and North America and Capgemini, 3 areas which are very critical to Infosys, and he had a lead in North America, which is very important for Infi. He has been critical for the acquisition of iGate by Capgemini 2015, and hence has expertise in large, diverse acquisition and integrating these acquisitions, something that Infosys desperately does need in terms of scale. Salil Parekh has also spearheaded the company's cloud, new emerging technology, digital vertical, so to speak. Again, something that Infosys needs at this juncture. What are the immediate challenges now that Salil Parekh faces? One, brand Infosys. Brand Infosys has taken a beating after the clash between promoters, that is the founders of Infosys, and the management and board, and that is something that he needs to fix. He needs to create a seamless communication between the two players. He has to ensure that the company bets big and invests in digital. He has to build an aggressive sales leadership, because that's something that Infosys has been lacking behind. He needs to build client morale to arrest any kind of attrition that could happen after he takes over, since this is the 3rd management change in the last 4 years alone. And of course, going ahead, he has to ensure that he creates a strategic transformation plan for Infosys, something that the markets agree with.
Well, from the Infosys table, there are some latest images that have been tweeted by the company of the entire team at Infi welcoming Salil Parekh into the fold, and he takes over as the MD and CEO today. So quite a lot of happy faces over there. And well, it's always nice, I suppose, to have somebody come in fresh, and perhaps he can breathe, fresh life into Infosys.
Okay, all right. Let's get back to the markets then. We've been speaking about the equity markets. So let's talk about the commodity and currency space. Manisha Gupta is with us. Manisha.
Thank you so much for that, Nigel. Well, it has started as a strong year, not just for the crude oil price is at 2.5-year highs, but silver as well has started above $1,300 per ounce. So that one is a 3-month highs for that too. You are looking at the silver prices in the buying spree as well. Well, of course, the Indian demand has been declining since 2011, and that is the time you saw equities and other asset classes pick up. We do have seen 2017 come back as a very strong commodity year. The decline in US dollar by nearly 9.5% has been supportive. And while, of course, 2018 has seen a spillover of the kind of gains that we saw in the next year, there still are many fundamentals which are unfolding. And not everybody believes that you will see the decline in US dollar to continue. And that means there could be some consolidation in many of those asset classes. But gold on your screens, 0.25% up. So we definitely have started in 2018 on a very positive note for that yellow metal. Sumit Bagaria now joins us with his strategies on that. Sumit, hi. What is your sense on the gold prices now at 29,000 odd? How much further gains would you anticipate?
Hi, Manisha. Good afternoon. Well, the commodity is looking strong to me. It has given a decent upside move in the last couple of days. And looking at the chart, it seems that from here on, the same upside move can continue. And on higher side, we can see levels of around 29,300 as the immediate target. And if 29,300 is taken away, then we can see extended move till 29,450 levels in the next couple of days. So for a trading perspective, one can initiate long position in gold FAB contract at around 29,100, 150 levels with a stop loss to be placed at 29,990 levels on lower side for the upside target of 29,450 levels.
Sumit, I actually want to keep on with gold itself because while the international markets have gained 13%, that is in the dollar terms, the Indian gold price has gained only just about 5% with the nearly 7% gains that we saw in the rupee as well in sense of appreciation. How would you look at this disparity, one, and how long and how much? I mean, do you see 30,000 taking off in Indian markets anytime soon?
There is a possibility that this time we might see breakout above 30,000 rupees because overall the COMEX gold is also looking good on charts. It's maintaining above 1,300 levels. Now immediately looking at the COMEX chart, it seems that on higher side we can see levels of around 1,320 as the immediate target. And overall we are expecting it to move up till $1,340, $1,350. If the same happens, then we can see levels of 30,000 soon in MCX. So overall we are expecting a move of around 1,000 to 1,500 points in the next 2 to 3 months time horizon.
Okay. And Sumit, are you picking up anything in the metal space? Because we've started this year on slightly negative note after that phenomenal gain that we saw in the final quarter of last calendar year. On these dips, are you buying something?
Yes, yeah. Base metals are still looking good to me. Last year we saw a classic move in most of the base metals like zinc, lead, nickel, aluminum and copper. Same move we expect this year also. In next 3 to 6 months time horizon, we are going to see a very good upside move in most of the base metals. As far as trading bet is concerned, one can initiate long positions in lead Gen contract at around 159, 160 levels with a stop loss to be placed at 158 levels on lower side for the immediate upside till 163 levels. And if 163 is taken away, then we can see extended move till 165 levels in next 1 week time horizon.
All right, Sumit, thanks very much for that. Manisha, thanks to you as well. Well, the market is slipping a tad bit once again. So the frontline indices flitting between the red and green zone. The mid-cap index has back to losses of about 0.6%. But we'll wrap up on halftime report and leave it to Business Lunch to take this market action forward. Thanks for watching.